everyone. My name is Bobby Srivastav, and I'm a co-founder and a chief product officer for Kiva. And in this session of making lemonade out of lemon, I am fortunate to be introducing you to Brett Fulmer. And Brett, do you want to do a quick introduction and tell us a little bit about you as well as what excites you about our industry?
Yeah, absolutely. I am out of Southern California. I split my time between helping a Toronto-based fintech startup called Fineo that's building a marketplace for term critical illness and disability come to the U.S. from Canada, potentially. No news there, not dropping news yet. And then I also help out at a local, what's primarily been a benefits agency. So I help out with a little bit of that marketing, but help them round out the P&C to grow that side of the business, which is about 33%. Of our company right now, but we'd love to get it to 50-50. And so what excites me about insurance, I had been around tech startups before and the startup scene in general up in LA for fintech a couple years back. And when I came in insurance, I saw a lot of potential for change. And I also love the fact that, you can make a lot of money and you can also help people. There's very few roles or jobs where both those things are part of it. So I see it as a real help for society, and I appreciate the annuity side of it where you're just kind of building up over time.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So tell us about a time when lemons were thrown and how did you turn that into lemonade?
All right. So I don't go into this story too often, but one of my last roles before I decided to start my own brokerage, which allowed me to work with Fineo and gave me the independence to work with my friend at Maxwell Insurance. I was helping with a spinoff for a HR, supplemental benefits tool, and made a couple hundred calls, at least 1,000. Came back with my report. Hey, our costs are too ballooned on this. We need to strip it down and upsell. And I subsequently was let go during a 3-month probational period from that, and I decided just to do my own thing, And so I think I made lemons out of lemonade by taking that experience, putting some fire in my belly and having an initiative to get out there. And you don't know what you don't know, and still had a lot to learn. But had I not had those lemons, I would not have had the extremely cool opportunity to work with Fineo, to be building a brokerage with my buddy, to still have my own little sliver for personal lines. So a lot of really cool things came out of those lemons. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. We wouldn't have had broker Brett, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, it was dormant. I turned it into broker gizmos for a little bit, was writing about cool tools. But literally, yeah, wouldn't have been able to do all this cool stuff unless I was released into the wild.
So what advice would you give to a new professional or an insurtech that's getting into our industry?
So I still make cold calls. Blake's phenomenal small business benefit space has a great list. Literally made 20, 30 calls this morning. I work out of traditional Accord forms at times. I deal with supplementals. I talk to underwriters at carriers. I handle claims, every so often on personal lines, direct people to the right resources, handle claims on commercial. If you want to make change in the future, I think it's super helpful to know where things have been and to understand the blocking and tackling of our industry. And with that being said, yeah, there's a lot of room for change, but unless you understand the fundamentals of what has been, I think it's hard to implement those changes. And, Bobby and I were talking about this ahead of time. There are still people living in faxes. There are still people using snail mail. And to serve our community, I think we have to be able to meet people where they're at, help them with what's in front of them. And yes, everything eventually will transition to all mobile, everything all the time. But for now, just being able to service your clients as they see fit and understand the fundamentals of our business, I think will allow us to do the really cool technology stuff we want to do. So I would say learn the blocking and tackling.
Oh, that's awesome. Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much,
Brett, of course,
on being on this episode with us. And until next time.
Appreciate it. See you guys.